Hey everybody, welcome back to Roll For It, D&D podcast. We're not doing any pleasantries this episode. Gonna recap real quick, get straight into it, because we left off. It's kind of a tense situation here. So Igor and Jabba went back down into the sunken castle, and they, found some other stuff, found some books. It's pretty cool. They saw a storm coming, went to bed. They've been awakened by these creatures they now know are Thunderbirds. 15 feet tall, eagle-like creatures, often colored blue, mostly, which have electrical arcs coming off of their body. And they seem to be interested in Karina. So we're going to pick up right there where we left off about them wanting to talk to Karina.
Man, I'm really glad there's no poison birds.
So what are you guys doing? Wolf, Joppa, Karina, and Igor, you're all on the... No, wait, not Wolf. It's Frost. Yeah. Joppa, Karina, and Igor. You are all on the deck with two of these very large birds.
Saren and Wolfgang are still hanging out in the entryway to the deck, kind of just gauging the situation.
What would you guys like to do?
Seeing how I just got zapped, I'm going to just back the fuck away. Just stay quiet.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that I'm, in front of everyone.
Okay.
Igor, you back away and you just look over at Saren and I in the door and just give me thumbs ups.
You're doing great, buddy!
Thumbs down. No.
Smart call!
I will be translating for
No,
you. She will talk if you can understand her. I was not aware of this.
Yeah, and I make it known he is translating for me. I can't speak to you directly.
Okay. Karina, give me a con saving throw.
Of course.
Got that static shock.
I love that show.
19.
That's so good.
Was it
19?
good?
Okay.
Oh, he's rolling dice.
You gain 13 points of temporary HP.
Again?
And a
Super challenge.
a third ring of electricity begins to encircle you.
Beginning to grow concerned by the
13
increasing
on
number
top
of
of the 15 I already have.
Yep.
Can I start taking notes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start taking notes and drawing pictures.
You're in the range.
Give me a Igor, give me a performance check, because you're in the rain.
Writing is performance. I mean,
Well, drawing is
rain it is. Oh, it's a natural one. Stick figure birds.
Your pictures are not great.
Fuck.
And one of the Thunderbirds takes another step onto the ship, and it rocks it. Looking down at Karina goes, "What brought you to the lightning?"
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what's happening to me.
And it just looks at you and goes, "All creatures that have affinity for lightning were brought to it."
You're Stormora, not your Dragonbornness.
It was born into you?
Fuck, they're zealots.
That's what he writes in his notes.
Religious birds.
And the other one kind of peers over the first one and goes, "So what brought you to the lightning?"
Why don't you kill saying kill the Hydra?
That's not relevant.
Well, that's why you're here.
Karina.
I honestly do not know.
Karina, you were born into it.
Yeah, I've always
It's
had
part
it.
of you.
They look at each other, and Jabba, you can hear they're mumbling something to each other. You can't quite make out their words again. And the one that had taken a step forward throws its wings back, and what you can see from the sky, which was once gray, a large blob of blue streaks.
Blob?
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes, "The lightning chose you, like it chose all of us. But what brought you to the lightning?"
Okay. Just lean over to Sarah and seems like it's a circular argument. I'm not sure where they're going with this.
Why don't you just lie? Just
You can
lie.
tell them your family, your...
Make a story.
No, your lineage?
Make a story in general.
Your people.
Sell yourself up.
When I was a young dragon.
I know.
I stuck my tail in the electrical socket.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Spin a web.
Make yourself a hero. I guess it was, I don't know, running from my family to make, I don't know.
Here's a question. What was the first time you ever used your lightning breath?
Or Stormora.
Perhaps it's...
It was when I saved Joppa.
First time?
Sure. I don't know.
So
First
one
time.
could
Yeah.
say that you were brought to the lightning to save your husband.
There you go. That's it.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, here comes the dice.
Where else would I have used it? It's not like I agreed with anything my family was doing.
Daddy issues.
The large blue blob in the sky begins to descend very slowly. Like you can see it, it's coming down. And as it gets closer, you can tell it's a lot of thunderbirds. But they're like gliding down to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good glide.
And the one that is taking a step forward on the ship goes, I understand. Fate possesses us to make moves that we otherwise may not. You've run from many things, but your family is in the storms.
Are these assholes taking the piss?
He takes off the ship. And the other one follows him. The 5 that have been encircling the ship continue to do so. But they are now moving at a speed where it's kind of inconsistent. You can't tell that they're birds anymore. And it's just one gigantic blue ring.
Making the fourth ring surrounding you with terrifying presence.
Karina, make me one last Constitution saving.
Anyway, any of us can help her on this.
Nope.
Does
Nope.
Oh, it does not. Okay. 8.
Roll me 46.
Oh no.
Guys,
no.
can I have you D6?
No, 46s.
46 and
46.
That's got enough.
12.
Got a lot of 10.
Igor, Java, Frost, you take 12 points of lightning damage.
I'm so sorry.
The rings of lightning disappear from your body, and one of the Thunderbird who had initially taken off goes, Yes, the lightning is strong, to be cultivated for another time. And they all fly off into the sky. You enter the eye of the storm moments after they leave, like seconds. It's nice and peaceful. You guys have like an hour of peaceful weather. Going to bed?
Pissed. Fucking Dragonborn. Fucking lightning. Bullshit.
This week as well too. Licking my wounds.
First of all, guys, I said there was shit causing that storm, and everyone blow it off.
I didn't hear you say
I
that.
said it.
This is everyone deal.
I was in
Yeah,
I was in my room.
So anyone who wants to stay awake for an hour, you have the hour of smooth waters.
I think
I got my
I'm
short
gonna,
rest,
like,
so I'm good. Stay awake.
process. Yeah, I'm
I'm
Long
going
rest,
to
yeah.
bed. I'm going to bed.
I'll stay up top and keep an eye out.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
With Snickerdoodle.
Okay.
Both shakes again. I'm going back up.
Oh,
It's
that's
gonna
nice.
be.
Great.
Just gotta give me the higher of the two. That's gonna be a 21.
We're all doing. I'm doing. If we're
Oh no,
I'm
Matt is
keeping
one.
an eye out
Wolf
on
is
the top
taking
of the
out.
deck.
Yeah. They seem to all be leaving.
Like, is the storm dissipating as we're in the eye, or is
No,
do we
the
see
storm is still
Thunderbirds-
there,
do we see
but all the
leaving
Thunderbirds
storm?
are going into the storm and heading away from you now.
Okay.
In which direction?
Northwest.
Continuing on the storm's original trajectory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frost, did you say you were going to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. Frost is in bed. Saren is in bed.
I'm not in bed. I'm just sitting in my cabin reading.
Karina, I believe you're the only one awake. What
Yeah.
would you like to do for your hour if you're watching?
I feel like I'm just like on deck, like watching the Thunderbirds.
Okay.
It's like that was a thing that happened today.
I'm just up there with her. It's like, so this happened before?
Oh, first time.
Oh, that was a thing.
Yeah,
This one's a rough one.
that was
Everyone.
yeah.
I just look at her
That's
like,
the thing.
so you wouldn't happen to know if there's poison birds that's going to do the same thing to me, right?
I do not know.
Cool.
Cool. Swag. Tight. Alright. So, the hour approximately passes, or begins to come to an end, as the other end of the eye of the storm comes in. It's a light shower, like a drizzle. There is still a little bit of lightning and thunder, because it is a thunderstorm. But after about 2 hours, or for when the eye comes on the other side, are you guys still going to be awake, or do you want to go back to bed?
Yeah, I'll probably go back to bed.
We've taken like 2 short rests now, right?
Well, if you went back
Going
to
for a
bed,
long rest now.
you have a long rest now.
Okay, well, I'm definitely doing
Yeah.
a long rest then.
I'm not hitting long rest until you said it's complete because I don't trust this shit right now.
Is the storm that we're entering back into intense enough that I would need to make saves if I stayed out on the deck?
Well, you don't know until you want to start staying out on
Okay,
the deck.
I linger by the door to the deck. Door open, keeping an eye out, but not in the storm.
It's really light rain, like
Okay.
barely any wind.
I just keep posted there, not getting surprised by anything.
Do I learn anything from the volumes that Igor gave me?
You don't learn anything more from the red book. And like I said, the small notebook doesn't really contain anything else besides that list of common magical ingredients for magical
Nope, I took
potions.
those.
Oh wait, that's right.
I
You
ripped
did.
it out.
Then all you have to look at are
I just bring him
pictures.
I'll bring Wolf to the books. There's absolutely nothing of interest in these.
What do you mean by absolutely nothing of interest?
Well, one of them is essentially a picture book with pages ripped out, which I believe our dwarven friend did.
He showed me the Redbound book. Is this something else you didn't tell me about?
Yes.
Give it here. Let me take a gander.
I'll hand him the picture book.
Do I look through it? Do I recognize anything in this?
Nope,
None of the images. Nobody in it. Nothing.
not a
familiar.
thing. Nope.
Well, I can't blame him for not caring to mention it.
So now is everyone asleep?
Yes.
Yes. Asleep?
How long are we gonna be in this?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
Let's
stay up.
yeah.
Stay up.
Okay.
Come on.
I'll just stay
Everyone
up.
else but Wolfgang, you get a long rest.
Okay.
Jesus, guys.
Warlock power. Short rests for life.
You didn't get struck by lightning, did you?
No, I did not. I stayed inside.
That's what.
Neither did
That's
I.
what it was.
Wolf and I just stood on the inside
After
and watched
long
everybody
rest,
get
would her
zapped.
chem still be there?
It shouldn't be.
Right?
Okay,
That's
so
what
it didn't reset itself.
Weird.
Yeah.
right?
Crazy guys.
Such a time. That happened to me too.
This keeps happening.
I just reloaded it. Reloaded the page.
Anyways, a couple hours pass. You guys all wake up. There's some nice birds chirping.
Thunderbird.
Oh,
Shit!
They're saying, "No shit, that storm was crazy last night. Did you see those big blue birds that came down? Damn, bro, I never even seen nothing like that before." Lit. And then you also hear one say, "Get back to the nest, you bitch! Who's watching the eggs while I'm out here trying to get some food?" And it calls back, "You can't bring shit back! I'm the only one who brings anything back for our kids!"
Oh God.
Wolfgang's just out on the deck hearing what he interprets as just lovely triggly. The birds.
Lovely
I'm
bird
sitting
song.
there
You motherfucker!
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, Wolf, were you out on the deck the entire time?
Yes?
Okay.
You now have pneumonia.
No. I said I was waiting in the doorway.
Okay.
I was just keeping post there.
Alright. Anyways, so it's daytime. Storm is gone. What would you like to do?
We're still
Get back
out
to
on
dry
the lake.
land, I suppose.
You're still on the lake.
Raise anchor, get moving.
Yep, I'm gonna get the
Head
halibut
back to town.
and start sailing.
Igor, roll me 3 dexterity checks with your proficiency bonus.
Am I able to assist him?
You cannot.
Okay.
What'd you say it was?
Dexterity checks with proficiency bonus.
Your book capsizes.
We have a
I'd be walking on water at that point.
7.
Hmm.
We have a 10. And we have a 17.
Alright.
So I think we drown.
For a little bit, you have some trouble getting the ship in order to set sail. But you managed to eventually do it. You know, after like an hour.
Yeah, because I was doing all the work myself.
And
I
you
don't-
begin to set sail out. You guys have a 10-hour journey to the mouth of the river. Is there anything you would like to
Oh my
do?
God.
10 hours.
Big ass fucking lake.
Should have
Can I
asked
just
the
like practice
Thunderbirds if
with
they've
the
seen
daggers
Jess.
so I can get familiar with them?
Okay.
Yeah. So just training, basically.
Okay. Just roll me like 3 attack rolls. Just
3 attack rolls?
yeah,
just to see how well I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
how impressive you are with your
How
new
impressive
daggers.
I am. Okay.
Yes, Igor?
I wanna find Wolfgang and yell down because I don't want to leave the thing. Be like,
Alright, so you yell down to Wolfgang.
Get up here!
please.
Okay, I go join Igor.
That shit last night. Is that your kind of magic? It wasn't holy.
My 20 was a
That
3.
was all
So
nature.
I just sit there and
Nature's
stare at them for 10 hours.
Yes.
You pick them up, they're in your hands.
And I just look at them for 10 hours. I rolled a 3.
That is what the floating cat.
Wolfgang just walks on by as he goes about his day. Like, sees the dagger, cuts an English muffin on it while she's staring at it. Thank you.
Just a single bead of sweat on your face.
Staring at it really hard.
In your head,
The eyes start twitching.
Alright. Anything else you guys would like to do in your 10-hour journey?
How are you
I'll sit up in the crow's nest and
I'm
just look
fine.
around.
Okay.
Yeah,
Full-
Igor,
I'm not sure
that,
what this means, but
that mess last night, I am happy to say I had no part in.
Why
Okay.
don't you talk about your patient for the next 10 hours?
Yeah, I...
So can we just
Pull
like,
out a
glance-
pamphlet.
Can we just glance over? I want to ask.
Well, like,
I want to
who
ask
are
Wolfgang about his
you?
picture.
I'm not in this. We're
I want no. Yeah, we're up by
You're
the
gonna have
top.
to tag me when I'm staring at my daggers. And
So you,
I just-
Igor, you and Wolf are gonna talk about your patron.
So,
I want to understand like his patronage because I know it's different than like my devotion.
okay.
Okay.
Do you actually want, like, the full, like,
No, I know.
detailed description of
No, I know.
Okay.
Meta, I know.
Okay.
Meta. I know from the meta. But in canon, we don't. So, in
All right.
canon... you tell
Now-
me.
Frost, are you sharing in on this?
I look up from my dagger and say, what?
Nosebleed happening.
And then you say, well, I'm talking about my patron.
Huh?
Okay. I just walk over, still hold the daggers in my hand, and just like...
Zone out, still staring. But you're facing... You're
I'm
zoned out, but
listening,
you're
but I'm
facing
still
us.
staring,
Am
basically.
Am I able to
My-
hear them
my
in the
description
crow's
is-
nest?
You can hear them squabble.
So I'll listen in.
My description to Igor sort of trails off as I look at Frost and I see just how intently he's staring at the daggers. So, like, take my claw and just, like, ding the edge of one of the daggers to see how much he's paying attention.
Okay.
And, so I go on and I give Igor the full details, you know, my patron, he's basically a demonic collector. His whole shtick has kind of been, you know, hereditary contracts and finding intrigue in different important bloodlines and, you know, acquiring stuff. He's basically, when I first met him, he gave himself to me as basically the Infernal Plains bookworm. Of all things, he found me because of my past family's connection and took notice of me in particular in our family because of my research work.
Yes.
He enjoyed my writing.
I may interject. He's a big nerd.
Yeah, he's...
Just on the wind, you hear, nerd.
Can
No, that was from me up in the crow's nest.
can I ask... Can I use a colloquial, real-world description?
Sure.
He's basically a fiery Hermaeus Mora from the Elder Scrolls series.
I see.
He's
He
just a
wants
giant
things.
librarian
Yes.
with like a floating eyeball.
Yes.
Like,
So, that's...
We are not so different.
I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I don't see much overlap in that description
We
to
both
a deity.
We both serve some form of deity, and we get powers from them.
Okay, in that regard, yes.
It's just you're on one and I'm on the other.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
there's
you
a
go.
little bit of a spectrum there, and
Cool.
there's not a lot of overlap.
Alright.
I'm glad we came to this understanding.
Karina, Gemma, are you guys doing anything while they talk about this for... How long are you talking about this for?
Oh, like I'm gonna
Like
zone
an
out.
hour.
I'm gonna zone out and listen. So if he wants to talk for like 10 hours, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
montage of monologue.
Just
I'm
the
on side
daggers.
just still staring at my daggers with flowers.
Gemma or Karina, are you doing anything?
You were charmed like
We were just
6,000
talking about
times.
Yeah, I was charmed. Actually.
You okay?
Give
Feel
me the
better?
tunic.
yeah,
I guess.
fine.
About it, really.
Okay.
We're just on with our day.
Yeah, I'm not not sure there's really much.
To cover that we... Like, you don't understand it, I don't understand it, nobody understands it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? I don't know. Cool.
Awesome.
Is there...
That's the thing we survived.
Could there possibly be any residual arcana on her that any of us spellcasters or more inquisitive types could pick
Please
up on?
check.
I mean, you can definitely try.
Okay, who wants
Well,
to do
I
this?
definitely feel
Come on,
like
magic friends.
I gave you a positive interaction for them at the very least. It seemed to be what they were looking for.
19.
Okay, did anyone else try?
Oh, I
This
said
is
the
Arcana, you
Arcana
said?
about philosophy and fiends.
Are fiends really so different from the gods themselves?
Got a 16.
Okay. There's no lingering magic from these thunderbirds.
This just didn't make sense for one day. One day at a time of no sense.
You know, we all have a background that more than well enough explains we should expect completely crazy things to happen. And it's normal. Whatever the hell that means.
Anything else you'd like to do in your 10-hour journey to the mouth of the river?
Time jump.
Clean up the boat a little, make it look a little bit less like it was through the murderous hell it was.
Yeah, clean up that Thunderbird shit.
Oh
We
yeah,
need to prep this thing for
did
sale.
the Thunderbirds leave any, like, feathers or anything around?
Give me an investigation check.
Ooh.
Oh!
Who should notice?
Nat 20!
Wow.
Okay.
That's a 23.
I got a 16.
23.
I got a 21.
I'm steering the ship, so I'm not looking.
There are no thunderbird feathers.
There's like no remnants of them being here.
There's a lot of claw marks though,
Claw marks.
like on the deck because those two were walking on the deck.
Filings of the talons.
Mending.
Anything?
Lots of
Okay.
mending.
I'm gonna play the
Awesome.
savvy man here. Igor's already got us on the right path. Does he need to be at the helm the entire way there?
Not necessarily.
Igor, would you like to trade off for a little while? I'll man the helm for a while. If you just make sure we're on the right path. You want to go do your mending thing and get this ship patched up if we're selling it? Or, God forbid, if we run into something else, I'd rather not the damage of giant birds
Why am
already
I
be
always
done.
mending stuff?
Because you're the one with mending. Would you like to do that?
Fine.
Much appreciated, friend.
I give him the wheel.
Alrighty.
All right, roll me a dex check.
You can probably teach me to do it at some point.
Wait, a dex save.
It's more of just steer it.
Well, no,
We're
not that.
moving.
The mending. At some point, you could teach
It's
me.
going to
mending.
be 12.
Okay. You don't like deviate like crazy, but maybe 1 or 2 degrees.
Little dicey.
I
Basically
wouldn't
the
notice,
equivalent
so.
of how I actually drive.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
And Igor, you cast mending on the ship.
Because, yeah, a lot of mending.
Can I learn how to do that from watching him?
Do you have an ability that would let you learn it?
I don't know.
Then I don't believe you can.
Alright, so he'd have to just teach it to me directly.
Yes, he'd have to directly teach it to you. I believe you could also get it from a scroll if you found one.
Can I write the spell on a scroll? Cast mending.
Unfortunately, it does require specialized ink and specialized paper.
Could you teach me how, as you're mending, sort of like...
Yeah, he just shadows me and I'm like, take your hands. I think, fix. Just like that. Kind of.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And sometimes a little magic,
If
you
that-
see a little poof of magic and then it's fixed. I don't know. I'm
Igor,
still trying to understand it myself.
Igor, roll me a performance check.
Oh boy.
Teaching's an art.
Teaching's hard, guys.
That is a 13.
Sarah,
Uh-oh.
roll me an intelligence save.
Oh god.
You actually
An intelligence save or a check?
Save.
God, okay. 18 plus 2, so 20.
Unfortunately, you do not learn it because Igor's very bad at teaching.
Wait, what was Igor trying to teach you?
Mending. So I could help shoulder the burden with that, but...
Can I get
he
that
did
lesson?
very poorly, so I didn't learn
I
anything.
mean, I will let you jump off of his his performance check.
You're driving.
If you would like to, but you're driving, so you'd be at
Driving
disadvantage.
it. You'll have to walk away
Is
from the
there a negative advantage? Is there a negative aspect to me trying to learn to spell while driving a boat?
Yes.
Yes.
You just said that.
You'll get disadvantage.
Is that
I
it?
might even give you a penalty.
I mean, I could.
Please don't.
I could
Please
force you to
leave
learn it.
alone.
I could,
Please,
like-
another
No, 'cause I would
time.
love to
I could
This
break
is
the
a
mast
cantrip, right?
and say, now
No,
fix it.
no.
Igor just
Then
needs
has
to
to fix
become
it.
one of those learning books at the nighttime thing, so like he'll be
Mending
whispering at us.
dummies.
This is how you
Yeah.
mend.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to learn at disadvantage while driving the boat.
So I'm gonna walk
Alright.
up to him.
We're gonna
And
crash
I'm
him
gonna
back.
take my
God.
hammer
Can he
and
give
I'm just
another?
gonna fucking smash a board.
Alright, give me an attack.
That's a 12er.
Alright, roll me damage.
Where's my hammer? It's been
Armor class of a board.
We're learning. That's what's happening. We've got a long boat ride.
Oh wait, I'm doing this two-handed. 'Cause that's more dramatic.
Okay.
Is this a 10? This is a 10.
Hey man, if this is a chance for me to learn another cantrip, I'm gonna take it.
Oh, that's it's 100. That's a 10.
Alright. You raise your
Oh, wait,
head,
sorry.
hands above your head
It's a
with your
weapon.
warhammer in both hands. And you slam it down, and you break like 4 boards.
Okay, first you break something.
Okay.
Then you get your hands all ready. Or whatever you cast magic with. And you think fix.
I'm pretty sure it's my hands.
And you picture it unfucked. And you start doing some motions. And then if you're lucky, a little bit of magic comes out and fixes it.
That sounded
I'm gonna
surprisingly
cast
not
If
like
you wanna
magic.
do a new
So you
performance
cast
on that-
mending.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll another performance check? It might help, Matt.
I'm eyeballing this again.
Do
Yeah.
it.
Okay, roll another
You guys
performance
are
check.
ridiculous.
And this is how he magics the boat away.
That's an 8.
Okay. If you want to roll your intelligence save now,
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage, -5 penalty.
Wait, what?
Because you're driving.
You said there would be a penalty.
Wow!
Did you roll a 1?
Yep. That's a nat 1.
-4.
How not to mend.
Does the complete
Guys,
opposite.
I'm a winemaker, not a teacher.
Oh
my god.
You know, you really take in Igor's message, and you think to yourself, I think I got this. You break something, and you just sit there, flowing your hands at it. Nothing happens. And you find yourself flown backwards
What?
by magical recoil. Not off the ship, you're still on the deck. 'Cause
Good news is you broke another railing.
I did something, folks.
It's a thing.
I cast mending to fix those. I don't think this is your kind of magic, but
I think we might just have to give this another shot under better circumstances.
I think it'll be better if I'm drunk.
Ooh, that is a good idea. Let's save this for the tavern later.
Yeah, I'll appreciate
Bar fight!
Let's get to the town first.
Yes.
you reach the mouth of the river.
it. Land! See land.
You can see the sides of the river, you know, the beautiful trees that are alive. You can see some movement among them. They might be deer or a bear or both.
Hi, Bear.
Or like a bear deer, you know. Jumpy, you get out, hi bear, and you see a bunch of deer like look around real quick and they just dart off into the forest.
For some reason, I heard it sound in my head like the Whitestone tree. Hey, guy.
No, I'm just picturing he calls up to the shoreline and the deer call back like, oh, hey!
You now have a 16-hour journey back to Qualin.
Anybody else want to try teaching other spells? Huh?
I will allow you to, fast travel this if you would like to. Unless you have something in particular you'd like to do for the next 16 hours.
Is there anything else
I
we
can't
can
think
Do
teach
of
each
you
other?
want to teach me some of your magic?
I'm not sure I can teach you Eldritch Blast.
It's one way to find out.
That feels like a bad idea.
I have a question.
Yes,
I'm
Wes.
an arcane trickster. Can I learn cantrips?
I feel like learning spells is something we're not supposed to do.
Yeah, I know, but like, I'm just curious.
Have you attuned to those daggers? Or do you need to?
She stared at him for 10 hours.
I mean, I like to think I'm attuned to them after staring at them for so
For
long.
10 hours.
Like,
You're more than attuned. You're
nonstop.
intimately aware of those daggers.
I know what they feel like. I know what they look like.
You know
I know
what
the
they
shine
taste
that
like?
they have. It's like gone.
Schnozberry.
It's gone looking at the ring for 10
Like
hours.
strawberries.
You must taste the marble. You must eat the marble. You must be the
The
marble.
marble. I am the daggers at this point after staring so long.
I am the dagger. I am the dagger. Cutting people is my will.
The only thing I have to ask is, anybody got any
So I thought it was a
ritual
dumb
spells they
question.
haven't
No,
shared
it's
with
not.
yet?
Because this one has cantrips.
Do you learn spells? Spells?
Oh yeah, do we have any books we could learn stuff from?
I have a book.
I don't know.
Then-
Do you guys have any books?
I have a book.
Can I? So after hearing him be like, "Well, if you can write it on a scroll," I'm gonna be like, "Hey, well, I have this scroll that has Hero's Feast on it.
And what?
Hero's Feast.
That's druidic, isn't it?
Nope, that's a cleric spell.
Oh.
I believe.
Yeah, I have a scroll that has it on it. Does it consume the scroll if he tries to learn it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
The only book I've got on hand is
One
my
of your shitty books.
Eldritch Patron book. Is there anything else I can learn about the patrons of the world?
How far you want to read into it?
We got 16 hours.
I mean, yeah, that's all. Time 16 hours.
I don't have any spells that I can teach anybody. Mine are
Frost,
too unique.
you, like everyone else, will have to find a scroll of some sort or tome to learn a spell from.
Okay, interesting. Alright.
Wolf, is there any letter in particular you would like to go to read off these patrons?
We already covered A and B's.
And C's. You got a C one in there.
Cthulhu.
Ooh. Let's just keep going, D's and up.
Alright. There's Demahir. He presents himself as a very small gnome to people. He particularly likes to make pacts with very large creatures. He does not have a Napoleon complex, he promises. He often makes his pact hexblade style, granting them a weapon.
I'm sensing a lot of toxic masculinity here.
Yeah, he tells you he is not small for his size, even though
large creature subjects, and he really wants to be imbued through a sword. That's
Phallic objects!
he's quite the character. Like I said, he doesn't really prefer any individual like occupation, race. I mean, he has a favorite phrase, if we're gonna be honest. Really big ones, so Goliaths.
do I care about this patron?
Probably not.
Okay.
Moving on.
Are there any patrons that jump out to me for any sort of relevance?
Yada
Roll me an investigation check.
Yada yada over this.
Rada.
It's going to be an 8.
No other patrons seem to catch your eye at this point in time.
Okay.
Would you like to hear about our divine lords?
Okay, I'm going to bed.
Hey!
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior?
He descended. Yes.
Can I read one of my books that I have?
Alright, what book would you like to read?
It's actually the Tabaxi history book.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything? Are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, I haven't really started it, so I guess the beginning is somewhere.
Okay.
Let's start.
So, for Tabaxi history in our world, they just, like every other race, just kind of seem to be here. Not really as much, There's a big blank period in time, and then there's history. There were 4 really big Tabaxi tribes. There really aren't 4 now. They were named specifically after the traits that they imbued the best from their feline, we'll call them ancestors. So claws, eyes, fangs. That's the word. And fur.
Okay, so like these big clans, like was it like Claw's clan, like Fang's clan?
They're just called like if you were part of that clan, you were just called like a claw or a fang
Or I?
or an eye. Yeah.
Does it say where it like came from? Like where Or were they basing it off of like geographic, or was it off of a god deity figure?
Obviously one of the 8 Ascended is one of the gods. One of the 8 Ascended gods is a Tabaxi. The clans formed predating that period.
So it was before the 8 Ascended?
Yeah. Not much is known about these original 4 clans, but they did separate into many smaller clans, the only very prominent one being Enchanted Claws, who live over in Tai, and primarily make their living through enchanting items for the Tai kingdoms. They kind of live like second-class citizens because of it. It is also their only form of like income to keep themselves going. They're not very good at farming because of the location in which they live in, which is a very dense forest.
What's the feel of it that they've always been second-class citizens?
Like through history, or
yeah, like throughout history.
no, just in more recent years, their reluctance to innovate and build cities and really like disturb the environment seems to kind of left them in that kind of situation.
Okay. Alright. I think I'm good.
Alright, yes.
I know I said I was going to sleep, but I think everyone knows that's kind of obviously to get out of talk about religion.
No,
I am
that
back
was
in
a
my
joke.
room though. I got my familiar, and I remembered he knows Common and Infernal, but can be taught other languages. Can I spend my time in my room just teaching him the other languages I know, which is Draconic and Elvish?
Sure.
Okay. I know it's not much, but it's learning, and that's what matters.
Learning. It's what matters. Anyways, everyone else is going to bed.
I'm going to be reviewing those books that I have.
Can I learn this spell off the scroll?
Yeah.
Even if it's a higher level than I can cast?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm going to study the fuck out of that.
Okay. You now have Hero's Feast.
Cool.
What did you learn?
Hero's Feast.
Okay.
Sarah, what books are you studying?
I have One Before the Eight and Elementals and Where to Find Them.
Elementals and where to find them.
I'm just reviewing them.
As you go through,
Looking over and seeing if
as
there's
you go
anything
through
else I missed.
Elementals and where to find them, you find the Thunderbirds in that book.
Oh my god.
I would have remembered them then. You didn't tell me.
Ooh, I never seen this
I do remember mentioning Thunderbirds in that book. Thunderbirds often travel in packs of 100 or more. Their favorite terrain is a storm
Gee, I wonder why.
and very tall mountains. They have an affinity to find and collect creatures with lightning affinity, often scooping them up and taking them away, almost never to be seen again.
Fucking religious birds.
He is unsure why they do this, as anyone who has come close to them, generally speaking, are gone.
Lucked out.
They doesn't mention like what they eat, doesn't really mention anything about them, besides very territorial, and a lot of people go missing during thunderstorms that they're in. That's kind of how you know. The leader Thunderbird, the alpha, if you will, will never descend from the storm, so no one knows what it looks like, but they can tell it's up there.
It is the storm.
And the One Before the Eight, you read it, and it tells you about an entity that its name predates that of the Eight Ascended. Its name is Zyra, and often is depicted in older art as being a being of celestial proportions, with 4 long arms and a blank expression face. Like no eyes or mouth, but like the shape of a face.
Sounds like nightmare fuel.
But she walks with elegance and grace. Of course she does. Of course it did.
I'm picturing Slender Man, but with more arms.
She is beauty, she is grace. She has no fucking face.
Outside of that, I'd just be studying that silvered elephant that I still have from one of our other encounters.
Do we know this information? He hasn't told us, right?
He isn't told
So,
you. I mean, you have 16 hours. He could tell you.
yeah. That would
It's up
be
to him,
nice,
If anybody asks me what I'm doing, I'll tell them. You gotta
Those were
gotta
bad
talk to me
words.
first sometimes.
Anyways, anyone doing anything else, or are we gonna...
I think we're good.
I think we're
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Fast travel.
and here we go. Fast travel. Rada. It is probably about 1 a.m. In the morning.
Do I take exhaustion for piloting the boat?
I won't make you take exhaustion.
Thank you.
Because you're not really like doing all that much.
I'm just watching it.
Come in the dock. Like I said, it's 1 a.m. No one's like around. It's quiet. It's calm. Something that you guys might have missed on your sail. Because the beginning was kind of rough. And then like the middle part of it wasn't that great either. But yeah, so you're in town now, guys. You're back in Qualin.
At 1 a.m.
The middle bed.
Time to
that's-
party
Until the morning.
Go in bed till the morning.
Yeah.
Time to party.
And you all go to sleep.
Cool.
So you all wake up to the sound of people. You know, on the docks, people are hear some ships taken out into the river lake area. You know, everyone's happy again. Now, it's going on. You can hear children playing on the docks. Dinghies ringing their bells. Someone's yelling about something that you can't quite make out because you're groggy and waking up. And you hear the sound of a wooden board smacking against the deck of your ship.
We're being boarded. Fucking pirates.
We're in
Never
the village.
And Celine comes onto the deck.
Sleep down.
Yeah, Celine Dion. No, Celine, the mayor of our of this fair town.
He hired us for the thing.
She goes. She's knocking on the door. She goes, "Are you in there?"
Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, come on up. Out of the quarters and on the deck.
Perfect.
If you're with the church, come away.
Have you completed our small task?
Yeah, you won't believe what we've come across out there.
I don't want to know. It's fine.
I don't want
It's not quite my business to know what goes on.
Suffice it to say, man, it's been pretty well settled.
That's good. That's good. I'm happy. I have some good news and I have some bad news. Good news, you're still getting paid.
Okay.
Bad news, we're 300 gold short.
300 all
Can I speak
4,000.
of what else they can offer us in lieu
Yes.
of the 300 gold?
Unfortunately,
I don't care.
there was an issue when you, a couple of hours after you left. Giuseppe seems to have some kind of incident at his storefront.
And when doesn't
No,
he?
we knew about that already.
No,
Like
no, a
saying
separate
another
incident.
incident
separate
happened
incident?
at Giuseppe's.
Yes, it's currently in our finest infirmary. You know, being taken well care of, but some of our funds had to be reallocated towards that due to what he presents as us being unprofessional in our scan of his shop upon our towns guard leaving.
Igor, are you still in bed or are you with us here? In all
No,
this?
I'm with us.
Okay.
So what you're saying is you are going back on the deal.
Do you
I'm
have
not going back
some-
on the day. You're getting paid.
Is
You're
there a
being
way
But
we can
we're
be-
not getting
300
paid
short.
upon what we agreed.
Is there a way we can be
Unfortunately, I cannot stop these events, and as you know, the money I'm offering you is already all that we have. Yes.
Can I ask if I could help them in their ongoing investigation about what happened to Giuseppe?
Yes, it's more than happy to have additional help.
Then
You
just
won't
say
be
I'm gonna
getting paid,
speak to
though.
her just about any information she already knows.
Okay.
I'll just
she-
wait. Everyone else can do it.
Anything else you'd like to talk to Celine about?
I don't care about lack of money on it. It's,
What happened at Giuseppe's?
Oh, there was an explosion.
Just
Another
another
explosion?
explosion? Anything?
Oh, the first time was an explosion. Someone broke into his store. The second time, something blew up in his store.
Was this a magical explosion or are we suspecting just good old fashioned arson?
There's a little bit to provide both. Most magical explosions don't leave shrapnel, but this one does.
Igor, I'm gonna propose to you, would you like to either go check in on Giuseppe, see if he can work some new magic, or might we go check in with our friend with things that go boom, see if he might know anything?
Let's go talk to the guy who we know has explosives.
Okay. We sort of like sidebar from Selena, like, okay, so those things that nearly killed us all the other day.
Is it just us?
It's Just like
just like us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huddle up.
This is kind of sounding like the handiwork of the guy that made those. He's blind, so it definitely wasn't him.
Sometimes he's blind.
Sometimes he's blind because he uses the sword.
I'd be willing to put.
If he has a sword, he can see.
I'd be willing to bet it probably wasn't him, but it sounds like he might know something about this. You guys want to go check that out? What do you
Let's because we've talked to him. Let's go talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
No one saw me do it.
So you do what?
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
You forgot.
You forgot. We're going. We're going to the old man.
Okay.
So, are you all going to Havar?
No.
No, just me and Wolfgang.
Okay.
And as we go, we're like away from everybody.
Hold on. Does somebody with message want to join us?
No.
We're fine.
I'll
Okay.
go along.
I'm gonna tell Wolfgang. He was an asshole.
We'll see.
I put one of the gears in his shop.
You
Yes.
motherfucker!
He was a bad guy.
Is Sarah here to hear this?
Yes.
Yeah, Sarah knows it's not to.
Oh, I approve.
See?
Accomplice.
He was a jerk.
Okay.
We got shorted. That's not fair. I understand that. But the dude was a jerk.
Change of plans.
We need to see if we can get more of those gears.
Okay.
We almost killed a Hydra with that.
That is different than my idea of change of plans. I was going to say,
I go to jail.
in for a penny, let's go ransack whatever Damon's blown up into that.
I am 100% agree on with this.
Just saying, it's already blown up. Investigating and crime scene robbing is kind of a thin line here. Thoughts?
I mean,
That's
I can
have they already
investigate.
investigated
I'm part of the
it?
investigation.
You were not
team.
with us.
Have
Yeah,
they already
but
investigated it, though? That's what I'm wondering.
Did I not
because
just
they
say I would be part of it?
We went to the old man. We went to the old man.
Okay,
We
well,
can
there
go
when I said
re-
that.
We can go re-up on dangerous arcane items from the old man. I'm just saying, there is a perfectly good magic shop that an asshole had blown up.
Okay, well, let's get everybody else after we go see the old man, and then we'll go away to the shop.
Okay,
Does that sound good?
yes.
Alright.
Alright,
We're gonna
I'm judging you.
Joppa,
That is
Karina,
fine.
anything you guys are gonna do? Are you gonna stay on top of that
I-
ship?
Want to see if I can seek out any information about these Thunderbirds.
Okay.
Since I don't know anything.
I'm going to attempt to sell this ship.
Alright, that seems like it can go awfully wrong, so we'll start with that.
You
Um,
gotta remember, half the party doesn't trust Joppa to know what money
Well,
is.
there's no more symbols on the ship that.
there's a big ass painted over square on the ship.
Okay.
Anyways,
Anybody got
roll
a
for perception.
presentation?
Everyone? Or just him?
No, just Joppa.
64, 20.
Okay. You see a couple of guys that look like they're probably wealthy.
Okay. What do you mean by like wealthy?
So
Like just,
try and
like
sell them the ship.
Yeah, they look like they got money.
Yeah.
hey guys, you guys interested in buying a ship?
They look at you. Yeah, we're looking to buy a ship.
How much you willing to pay for it?
What's your offer for a ship? You know, all ships around here usually only cost a couple hundred gold.
You might want to insight that, see if they're bullshit.
Yeah, I would want to inside.
Roll an insight.
16.
They might be bullshitting you.
Okay.
Generally, a might be is a definite.
I'm going to go. I know ships are worth a bit more than a couple hundred, but I'm going to lowball for you. Okay? For real. I'm not overly concerned with how much I get for it, as long as if I get a somewhat reasonable price. So, I was saying 1,500.
They look at each other. They look at you. You see, I don't think you realize all the things that go into buying or selling a boat here. First, of course, we need the deed to the boat. Then we need to go to our official magistrate to have you sign over the deed to the boat. And all of that entire process can be so lengthy. So if you want to settle, we'll say 200 gold, and we'll just under the table this.
That's actually a good idea. I am going charm person.
Alright, what's your DC for charm person?
Hold on 1 second. haven't gone through my management for the day.
Why are you doing this without me?
Because we're all being stupid.
Yep. Okay, it is a 14
Because we didn't
whiz.
think of that.
I'll let you know right now, they only have a +2. They're kind of wise, because they're all a 13 and a 12.
Wow.
And then they say, you know what? I like this guy.
He's
They-
not the bad guy.
They huddle together. And you can hear them, not whispering. I kind of like this guy. He's grown on me. Like, yeah, I know. It's only been a couple of seconds here, but he's really grown on me. I don't think we should be scamming him like this. Yeah, but we don't have any money. We're gonna bring him to the back alley over there. Get away with it.
Hey, guys. You
And
know
they
what?
go, look at you. No. Here, we don't have any money. To be honest, we were going to go over into that alleyway and shank you alive. But we do know that one of the other actual noble families here are looking to buy a boat. However, you do need to be mindful that a couple of days ago, the Bridgemans lost a boat. So, be careful.
Is this the family that's looking to buy it?
No,
Okay, awkward.
the Bridgemans are the people that you stole the boat from.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
They don't know that. I
Uh,
know that.
He tells you, the family looking to buy the boat, couple of docks down, the Sky Slims, after the famous Sky Slims family.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
of
everybody
course.
knows that.
Oh, yes.
They flew their flying boat.
Yes.
They are looking to purchase the boat for an expedition, is what they say. But we all know what they really want to do with it.
Orgy boat.
Insure the boat and destroy it for the insurance money. Of course, that's what anyone would do. That being said,
What was
you
his
still
name?
want
You
still want your boat to look pristine. I suggest cleaning it up. It would be devastating for you to lose this deal.
While they're still charmed, what would a fair price for an undeeded boat to these people, in your mind, would be?
Ooh, an undeeded boat. A boat without a deed is gonna drop the price dramatically. I try not to go over 1,000, but if you could persuade them otherwise by other means, and he pulls out his shank and he's just like makes the motion of stabbing someone. The Sky Slims are all rather cowardice.
Sky Slim?
Slims.
Sky Slim.
So, an act of violence might help you there.
Okay.
Just being
Well,
helpful.
thank you very much.
Of course,
Yeah.
friend. Come back anytime. Say hello.
Of course.
Of
course.
wife and kids miss you around here. It's a good time. And they just kind of walk away.
Okay.
I think you just got invited
So
to a
I'm
birthday
gonna-
party.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold that information for next time we're all together, now that we have a potential buyer for the boat.
Okay.
But we may need a little bit of muscle on it.
I think I got a plan.
Frost.
Yeah.
Celine takes you over to Giuseppe's shop
Okay.
and shows you, yes, you see, the explosion seems to have emanated from the countertop here. Not quite sure what could have caused it. Like I said, many magical explosions don't generally leave shrapnel. It's This material is not something we are familiar with here, so it's probably something someone brought in to, unfortunately, murder Giuseppe. No,
Murdered Giuseppe. Giuseppe is no longer here.
no, they attempted to murder him.
Oh, they
He's in the
attempted to?
infirmary.
Okay.
With the explosive, they attempted to murder him. Many of his wares right now have gone into a storage facility that I unfortunately cannot tell you where. As that is what Giuseppe wished for me to do. Now, if you can find any evidence, it'd be most wonderful. Also, note that she hands you a little, card. She goes, the Queen's battle dolls will be here shortly. They've learned of this situation and decided it is a matter in which they'd like to preside over, per se. And by preside, I mean watch, like they always fucking do.
Okay. Can I just ask you some basic questions of like, when did this happen? Who was nearby? Things like that. I was not here for the crime, so it makes perfect sense to get the most detail from it.
It happened a few days ago. A couple of hours after I believe you set sail.
Okay.
There were quite a number of people around. The witnesses, she takes a little notepad out, she writes a couple of names down, hands it to you. If you would like to find them, these are the witnesses from outside. No one was inside Giuseppe's store. He says he was cleaning in his back room. I've seen it. I didn't know what really he was probably doing it back there.
Okay. Can I ask her about... I had heard rumors about he's been involved in a lot of kind of violent attacks, basically, and about a little bit more information about him, just so I can understand if he's involved in anything kind of bad. Is there someone who doesn't like him?
There are plenty of people in this town that don't like Giuseppe.
Or did he piss off the mouse?
I mean,
He
he has pissed off one of the royal family, or not royal families, I apologize, the nobler families that live around here. As he used to work for the bank, he kind of worked for them, foreclosing on several pristine real estate areas so they can expand into them.
Okay.
If I really had to say any royal family, let me think. The Iron Towers. The Iron Towers, I don't know if you know this. Giuseppe was married once.
Yes, I actually heard about that. Where did he... What family was this woman
The
from?
Iron Towers.
The Iron Tower
and
family.
You may not know, but the Iron Towers are extremely fucking racist.
Very racist.
Indeed. They disapproved of the marriage, and I don't, as the mayor, have enough evidence to convict them for trying to murder Giuseppe and murdering his wife, their daughter, but it seems pretty evident to me. That's what happened.
Why do you suggest that?
Because they're racist assholes.
Just based off of the fact that they're assholes?
Yes, they've many times, their older children have tried to date and marry people of other races. Generally speaking, those people disappear. Giuseppe is the only one who has gotten a chance to marry one of their daughters.
May I ask how that even happened? Because he doesn't look like a very pleasant person to be around.
The issue was that Annabelle was a very pleasant person.
Oh, so his wife was actually pleasant. Did that make him pleasant as a person?
Pleasanter.
Nice little sweet and sour. I see how it goes.
Alright, can I note the name of the past wife? Just
Annabelle.
Annabelle? Last name? Iron Throne, right? Yeah. Okay, my bad. Alright. I was just gonna ask, is it okay if I can look around in the shop and see if there's any evidence?
Perfectly fine.
Okay.
And she points over at one of someone dressed in like guards attire. Goes, let him know when you're about to leave so he can close the area.
Okay. Alright. So, can I just peruse the area?
Give me an investigation check. Anyone else trying to do anything?
Sarah and Igor and I are en route to the old blind man, right?
Yes. Havera.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got an idea that's
Doors
going to get everyone out scot-free.
Well, if not, there's gonna be a problem.
I'm just waiting till we can all
We got
talk outside this
25.
coat. And now the thought of we should be jumping
not
ship
even
and getting the
Hold
fuck
on.
out of this town.
Hold on.
Well, I
Save,
wanted
save
to
that
see
for
if I
the
could find
powwow.
information about Thunderbirds.
I got a 25.
There are some like footprints that have been revealed. Like not quite footprints, but like someone was heavy enough to make indents into the wood. And this is noticed.
I'm not that heavy.
You can tell because of the soot that was made from the fire that resulted from the explosion. And you can see a couple of footprints along the front wall of the storefront.
So, does it look anything sinister to me? Does it look like just someone previously looking around in there, or?
The footprints like lead straight into a wall, and they're like one after another. They're not like normal walking. It's like someone purposely up against the wall, 1 foot, the next foot.
Okay.
So it looks a little suspicious for sure.
Can I like touch it to see like if there's anything particular about like this or anything?
It's just like
Just a...
you can tell that these footprints came before the explosion, but you're not quite sure like
Okay.
how far.
You're not a ranger.
True.
Unfortunately, you're not.
Yeah, unfortunately, that'd be really
Okay.
helpful.
They passed through here 52 minutes ago.
When you say it goes straight into the wall?
Yeah.
Can I
Secret
try to
doors.
see if there's anything for secret doors or anything?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Natural 20.
Unfortunately, sorry, there's no secret doors. But there is like fingerprints. Like they didn't like full palm it. They just their fingers touched the wall, leaving
You see a
indents.
sign in this.
I mean, does it look humanoid? Does it look
I
monstrous?
think it looks like a human hand or a humanoid hand. 5 fingers. Just
like 5
big.
appendages touching.
About dwarf size.
No.
I'm just gonna write all this stuff down. So I can just
What height?
Much taller than average.
Probably like 4.5 feet is where the fingerprints are.
Boy.
Alright.
Anything else you'd like to look for us?
Is there any papers around, or are they all like burnt to a crisp?
No, there are no papers.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna leave, tell the guy I'm good checking of things, and I'm gonna go find you guys wherever you are.
All right, Karina, you want to go look for a source of knowledge to find more about these Thunderbirds.
Yes.
There's a small library.
Okay.
There's no like desk clerk, so you just kind of wander in. No one. Everyone's has a book out. You know, everyone's reading. There's someone like in the back corner of like a study room that you can like barely see. He's totally asleep. But yeah. So give me a investigation check to find the book you're looking for. That's fine. He's on the docks.
Never mind. He is not.
I've been staying with the ship because I was looking for the cell.
We
to
understand.
confirm with everybody
Sorry, you
else.
said investigation.
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be 12.
You do find the section that starts with T. Which you assume will have something Thunderbird something. It is a large section, spanning of 3 bookshelves. It is a arduous battle, but eventually you find a book that has the word Thunderbird on it.
Okay.
Thunderbird for dummies.
It's about 5 people that pilot giant robotic ships.
Unfortunately, I don't think this is the kind of book you're looking for. As it's called, Love in the Storm, a Thunderbird saga.
That doesn't sound
Okay.
It's right up Wolf's alley.
not one of mine.
Should we title it?
Written by Wolfgang.
I wouldn't say
To be fair, yeah, I didn't write any of my
alias.
fiction under my name.
Karina, what are you going to do?
Since
Read that smut.
that hunt for knowledge went poorly, I'd like to maybe ask around.
Hey, fellas, that weird blue
Yeah,
thunderstorm.
I
What the hell happened?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get back to it then. So this is where we're putting the end of the episode.
Oh.
Guys, it's been good times. Giuseppe's injured. They're looking for whoever made Historical Boom. Battle Dolls are showing up. All kinds of things are happening. Thanks for watching. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify under Roll For It D&D. Got him. So guys, make a stealth check. Get ready to hide.
Oh no!
And hopefully we don't see you. Well, be here, but like, don't let us see you. next time.
Be stealthy. Be stealthy, folks.
Be stealthy.
Oh.
Come on.